Hello and welcome to Game Over Screen, a new podcast on the Merc with the Movie Blog podcast feed that is all about video games. I finally get to talk about video games with people. I am Shawn. I will be your host here, and I will be joined every week, hopefully, by my two co-hosts. One of them has been on the Harry Potter show that we do here through the Portkey. He's been on that. He's been my friend for a while. We've known each other for a while in real life.
Too long.
Brendon.
Thank you. Thank you.
This is our, this is the last time I'm going to be talking to him.
Yes.
Hi, Brendon.
Hello, Shawn. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing just fine.
Yeah. Brendon and I talk all the time, so this is just kind of putting a bot in here to record it at this point.
Don't talk about Tyler like that. That's pretty mean.
No. Hang on.
Don't worry, boys. I'm writing it all down.
He's the court stenographer. He's going to sit here and record everything for us.
We are also joined by my Trouble at the Tipton co-host.
Nice.
Tyler. Hello, Tyler.
Hey, what's up?
Not much.
I wish there were some good Zack and Cody video games.
Dude, that would be great.
Wasn't there the one that came out for the DS? Like 800 years ago?
I remember that. Yeah, so I met Tyler through a Kingdom Hearts podcast because we're both fans of that Garbage Fire series. It's so good, guys. You don't understand. I kind of like, so normally whenever we do something like this, you'd be like, what's your experience with video games? But that's lame, right? That's a dumb question. So what I
played Galaga when I was 6 and Pong when I was 7, and that's all
I used to play Duck Hunt when I went to go see my therapist.
Nice! It's a kick-ass therapist.
Yeah,
dude. Angry child.
I wish my therapist had Duck Hunt. All they had was Monopoly. That was boring.
That's even worse. That'll destroy.
Hey, but I did get free food by the foot, so that's all I cared about.
That's true.
All right. So here's what I am going to say. I want to ask you guys this question, because we don't have time to talk about our fucking entire life story. But
that's what you think.
What is the first video game that you can remember that like really impacted you, that like you really loved? Brendon, we'll start with you on the fly, making you think of this.
Skyrim.
Was it really that late?
Well, because I put it like this. I didn't really get like big into gaming until about like 7th grade. Mm-hmm. So, to put that in perspective. Yeah. I mean, like before that I had like, I had a Wii. I played the Mario Galaxy games. I love those games. I mean, I could say that, but first sort of like big impactful game where I just like, fell in love with it, 100% Skyrim.
Yeah, you are kind of obsessed, aren't you?
Hey, you're obsessed with Kingdom Hearts. I'm obsessed with Skyrim. It balances out.
I'm obsessed with a good game. Tyler, what about you?
So the first kind of games that really cemented my love of video games were when I was little, and I got a PlayStation 1 for Christmas. And with it, I got Crash Team Racing, Bloody Roar 2, and Dragon Ball Z Ultimate Battle 22.
All right.
And those were all fun games. But as far as like really being impactful, I'm going to have to go with sort of a basic bitch choice and go with Kingdom Hearts 2 as...
That's what I'm talking about.
It is a very, very strong game.
I'm sensing a pattern here.
I don't want to... For me, it's either Kingdom Hearts, like Tyler said, probably the first one, to be honest. Mm-hmm. It's either the first one or the first Knights of the Old Republic. Kingdom Hearts I played. I didn't play Knights of the Old Republic. I watched my dad play it.
Okay.
So, whatever. I guess if you say that doesn't count because I didn't actually physically play it.
That can still technically count because it's like, before I even played Skyrim, I watched a playthrough of it, and from that, I was like, wow, this game looks really great. And then I got it, and that's all I played when it came out.
Let's get into the actual show, though. So the way this show is going to work usually is it's going to kind of have 3 sections. We're going to talk about what we've been playing. We're going to talk about some news stuff, and then we're going to talk about what's coming out in the coming week, which is very little right now. I don't know if you've noticed, but we're in the middle of a global pandemic.
No, I haven't noticed. I normally just don't leave my house anyways.
But so like maybe I've been thinking about it in my head. Like there might be an opportunity every so often for us to record like a bonus episode if we want to talk about a specific game
Sure.
for a long time. Because like I feel like Tyler and I are going to want to talk about Final Fantasy VII Remake in a pretty expanded light. And I think it's okay if we take some time to do that on this episode. But usually something like that, like if two or more of us are beating a game or like a big AAA game and we want to talk about it, maybe we could record a bonus review thing that's separate from the main show. But just spitballing ideas of what's going to happen. But the main show that is here and now is what we've been playing, the news, and what is coming out. So let's start with you, Tyler. What have you been playing this week?
Okay, so I've been playing 3 games. The first 2 are very minuscule. One is called Persona 5 Royal.
Oh, very small indie game. Yeah,
very small game.
You might not have heard of the people who made it by Atlas.
It's a short
Never
game.
Heard of them.
Short game.
Yeah. Only like 4 or 5 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Times 20 or so.
Yeah.
I'm like
about
60 hours into that game, Tyler, and I'm on
about the average length of your Call of Duty campaign, you know.
Yeah. I'm in between the 3rd and 4th palaces, and I'm like 60 hours into the game. It's insane.
I've only beaten the 2nd palace.
Oh wow, okay.
Because of the other game I've been playing, Final Fantasy VII Remake.
Another small indie game.
Yeah. Nobody on the internet's talking about it.
I know.
The whole story, start to finish.
Yeah. Yeah.
There you go.
But as far as Persona goes, I have beaten the original. Maybe about 5 times.
When did Persona 5 come out? The original.
2017.
Okay, and was that for PlayStation 5 or was it for Vita?
5's not out yet.
I was going to say it can't come out for 5 because that's not out yet.
It came out for PlayStation 3 and 4.
3 and 4 in 2017.
Yeah,
they were still releasing games for the PlayStation 3 in 2017.
Well, the first time they revealed the release date for Persona 5, it was like 2014.
Okay.
So they still want to make that PS3 version.
But I mean,
it still plays just as well.
And to be fair, I mean, the newest Just Dance game that came out was also released for the Wii, so
that's also Just Dance. That's
true. That's true.
They do that because of the hospitals and stuff.
Huh.
But because it's really easy to get a Wii nowadays.
Yeah.
So a bunch of hospitals have them.
Yeah,
and so they released Just Dances for the patients and stuff.
I did not know that. Okay.
I can't tell if Tyler's fucking with us right now.
I'm not fucking with you.
Well, I mean, because I just remember when we were at E3 last year, Shawn, and we were like, wow, they're making that game for the Wii? That's kind of stupid. Yeah. Who owns a Wii anymore? Or who has it even plugged in?
See, when back to Persona for a bit, when I beat the original Persona 5, I no-lifed the hell out of that game. It was day to night, no stopping, for like a week straight.
Nice.
And I skipped class because I was in college. And I think the morning I beat it, like I got a call from the school. They're like, "Hey, are you okay?" And I was like, "Yeah. I'm heading to class now," even though I hadn't slept.
Are you okay? Yeah, I guess I got sick. Oh, with what? Persona 5. It's a disease. Persona 5. It's a disease.
And then before we really get into Final Fantasy, I continue to play Animal Crossing: New Horizons. Still on that
I want to play Animal Crossing.
I bought it and I played it for like 2 hours and I was like, all right.
I play every day. I am very invested in the stock market.
You're like our friend.
Yeah.
Our friend Brendon is very invested.
A buddy of ours who's quite literally got like algorithms going.
Oh yeah, I use a website that kind of predicts what the prices are going to be.
Oh, this is insane.
Just
God,
so
Animal Crossing is crazy. It is crazy.
At least I'm not like those people who get like good prices that day and will invite a bunch of people to their island. And they're like,
but hang on a second.
Did you hear about the whole thing with Elijah Wood?
Yeah, that's how you get Elijah.
Yeah.
Okay, so then let's talk about Final Fantasy VII Remake because I'm dying to talk about it with somebody. And Tyler, you just beat it. When?
I beat it at like 5 o'clock. That's like 2.5 hours ago.
Okay, so you beat it. Like
I haven't been
2.5 hours
playing
ago.
anything recently, by the way.
But we're gonna get to you.
Well, no, because you're just so like, let's hop right on in. I'm like, oh, I guess I haven't done anything. Go ahead.
Because we're gonna get to you after we talk about Final Fantasy.
For 2 hours.
No, we can't. We can't talk about Final Fantasy. Like, we're gonna talk about it for 5 minutes. Spoilers. We're gonna talk about it.
What the heck?
We're gonna talk about the ending, I assume, because I feel like that's
Whoa.
probably what Tyler's thinking about right now. Unless you don't want to, Tyler. If you want to save,
We can save the ending stuff. We don't want to.
Okay.
We don't want to hit up people with a spoiler warning in like the first episode of this.
Okay, so
we can save it for a little bit later.
We'll talk about the game broadly, and maybe another time you and I can actually get into the
spoiler-free
spoilers.
review.
So, what did you think about Final Fantasy VII Remake without spoilers?
I think it's a very fun game, very good game. It seems like they. I know people don't like when I say this, but it seems like they took 15 as a base.
How dare you?
And expanded on it into like a way more refined form.
No, I agree.
What was I gonna say? They even used the same face model for Cloud that they did for Noctis.
People were so mad.
I think you say people. I think it was just that guy.
Who was it? Who was that posted about it?
Oh God, I don't know. It was just some random thing.
It was a random guy. It wasn't like HMK.
No, it was just some weirdo on the internet. It was like, why aren't they talking about this? You think you can get away with this, Square Enix, using the same face model for Cloud that you did for Noctis?
It's not even because it's not like they use the same model for like Tifa, right?
Yeah.
Because then, even then, it's not a massive deal. But then you could be like, that's a little weird. But it's like they're the same character.
They're both pretty anime boys. What do you want?
Both pretty anime boys. There is like, what else are you gonna do?
But I liked a lot of the story stuff. Some of the changes I'm a little iffy on.
Okay.
But some of them are more intriguing than not. Definitely, if you've played the original, a lot of different stuff there. For sure.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a fun game. I'd still say it's tied for my favorite Final Fantasy game right now.
With
15, the only other one I've beaten.
Fair enough.
But I do own a lot of Final Fantasy games.
Yeah, me too. You're in the same boat as me. I'm playing 7 right now on PlayStation, the original, because I'd never played it. I really enjoyed it as well. I thought it was really good. I think I was a bit higher on it than you were, or are right now. I beat the game at 3 a.m, and I think Brendon, I think you were online, because I think I got in Discord with you and some of our friends, and I went, "This is the best game I've ever played."
Was it just this past night?
No. I beat it weeks ago. You might not have been there. It might have been.
Well, because I was gonna say I'm normally in bed by 3, so that wasn't me. It might have been a few others.
I think I know who it was. But some of our mutual friends were all hanging out in Discord. Some of the people that never sleep, and
one in specific.
Yeah, and I jumped in. I was like, I just played the best game ever made, and I'm still really
groggy. Yeah, like all groggy as hell. Just
you'll
never believe this.
I don't think I was groggy. I think I was too wired off the ending. But we're not going to talk about that. But what I will say is that I still think it's one of my favorite games of all time right now. I don't know if it's still favorite.
I don't want to put it that high, just personally, just because it's still part 1 of the story.
I get that.
And Yuffie's not there yet, so how could it even be good? Really?
But better Yuffie is in it.
Kyrie's all right. I mean, she's gone and real fast.
That's because this is the only thing. It's not even really. It's a stupid little side character that's in 7 Remake for like 5 minutes. A side character. Kyrie.
I like her design. It hits all my.
Yeah, it looks like Scold from Union Cross. But
Scold mixed with that one girl from The World Ends With You. I don't know her name.
Probably. Oh yeah,
the hair girl.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. Yeah, she's because I don't know from World Ends With You, but I know from Dream Drop Distance. But I will say, one of the people in the Kingdom Hearts Discord that Tyler and I are in, had the theory that Kyrie is just going to end up being Yuffie, and 100% I want that. It's like, and I think we actually talked about this on an episode of the Sweet Life of Zach and Cody podcast.
Yeah.
We did. It's just like, oh, Kyrie, it's good to see you. Oh, Kyrie is my middle name. You can call me Yuffie. Just, it's like Brendon. You know the ending of Dark Knight Rises? This is how I explained it to Tyler. When Joseph Gordon-Levitt's character goes to the will to get the effects that he was left from him from Bruce, and the person who's giving him the bag is like, you should go by your real name. I like it, Robin. It's gonna be like that. You should go by your real name, Yuffie. But yeah, I'm really high on it.
I wish the game had a better dodge.
Yeah. Air recovery. I need air recovery.
Yeah.
I need air recovery.
So just some better defensive options.
I also think it's kind of that, like, Cloud is supposed to be maybe not for Cloud, because I feel like he's supposed to be a heavier fighter.
Yeah.
And I think he moves very well for that playstyle, but, like, Tifa needed an air recovery. Because,
like, I'm trying to dodge, like, a spell or something.
Yeah.
And they just activate so fast.
Yeah. Yeah. I thought the combat was really good. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a big step up from 15. If this is what 16 looks like or plays like, I'd be very happy with that, personally. I feel like it was good. I kind of feel like it was an amalgamation of 15 and Kingdom Hearts-ish combat. There was a quick menu you could use that made it a lot like Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah.
That I used it at the beginning, but once I started to get more spells and stuff, I stopped using it because I had more stuff. I was like, I can't play the game with 4 buttons. Like, I need to actually be using everything that I've got. But yeah, I really enjoyed it.
Which character did you prefer to play as?
I played as Cloud for most of it. Cloud was probably my favorite to play as, and I guess the other one that I would like choose to use was I would switch over to Barrett a lot. I really only used Tifa or Aerith when I had to, although Aerith was also really strong.
Yeah.
I'll
play Cloud, because why wouldn't you? But if Tifa was around, I'd play as Tifa.
Of course.
I like stringing together those combos and stuff.
Mm-hmm. It has nothing to do with the simp life, I'm sure.
No, nothing. Nothing to do with simping for Tifa.
No, nobody. There is no simping in Final Fantasy VII Remake. There's absolutely none.
No.
There's no simp.
No simping for Madam M or Scarlet or even Kyrie or Tifa or Aerith or Jessie.
No.
No one. No simping at all.
No simping allowed. No. All right. Anything else on the remake?
No, that's it.
Okay. Brendon.
Yo.
What have you been playing?
I've been playing quite a few things. So, I actually finished Uncharted 1. Yeah, so I actually, right now, I know the Uncharted Collection, which is the first 3 games, is free on the PlayStation Store right now, as well as Journey as part of the PlayStation Play at Home. I had that a while ago. I didn't really get into it, but I finished.
I played a bit of Journey.
Yeah,
I played like a good bit, and I was like, oh, that's okay, but not really my thing.
Yeah. So I finished Uncharted 1. I am like 80% of the way through the story of Uncharted 2, and I have the last 2 games, so I'm gonna finish those 3. Let's see. I also got one of the 3 endings of Bloodborne. Finally, that was very exciting.
Which one?
I took the second one where you fight Gehrman. Mainly because I wanted the burial blade, so.
But you didn't get the moon presents?
No, because I didn't get the umbilical cords.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What
also
a
because
weird fucking sentence out of context. I just need to throw
it's extremely out of context.
I didn't get the umbilical cords.
Yeah, no, so it's an item you have to get.
There's 4 of them in the game, and you need 3.
I'm sure that even
you have to eat them.
Yeah, you consume them.
Even in context, it's not better, I'm sure, because it's Bloodborne, but.
Yeah.
The burial blade was the reason I wanted to play Bloodborne.
Oh,
I'm a big scythe man.
It's the best weapon in the game. It's unfortunate it's really the only scythe-like weapon. I mean, if you want to compare the church pick.
The church pick is barely a scythe.
Yeah, some people have argued
The arm is just kind of weird.
Yeah, some people are like, well, you have the Amygdala arm and church pick. I'm like, yeah, but if you want an actual scythe, use the burial blade. It's better. It's got better damage combos. Weapon art's better. So
I beat Gehrman. Started fighting the Moon Presence, but I signed out so that I could go do the DLC.
Yeah. I'm actually right at Kaz right now. So I'm basically at the end of the DLC. I already finished the game, so I've done New Game Plus, and I'm at Ligarius right now. So yeah, I've done that. I actually recently started playing ESO again. Just because why not? Checking out the newer Necromancer class.
What's ESO?
Elder Scrolls Online.
Okay.
Yeah.
I want to say, Brendon, I went to download it to play it with you, and it was 125 gigabytes, and I said, not today.
It's a big download, yeah. I mean, for me, when I downloaded it, it was only like 76, but even so, I was like, wow, that's a lot. Yeah, so that's what I've been playing recently. I did actually I beat Doom 2016 a couple weeks ago, but more recently.
I had to play Doom 2016.
Yeah, it was good. Yeah, that's what I've been playing recently. Apart from your favorite thing you love to listen to us play in Discord, League of Legends.
You guys love your League of Legends.
It's a fun game.
I played League of Legends for like 2 weeks.
That's probably good on you. I've been playing for about 6 years.
A long time, yeah.
I've been playing since freshman year of high school.
Yeah.
I have a different vice called Overwatch.
I used to play Overwatch a lot, then I stopped.
I don't have any vices.
That's a lie.
That's a lie.
You like Star Wars.
Yeah, that's my vice. So I haven't been playing a ton. I've been playing Final Fantasy VII Remake. I'll jump on and do some stuff every so often. Like, I'll do the arena stuff. Yeah. Because I want to hit max level or whatever.
Gotcha.
The most game I played in the last week was I played Dragon Ball Z Kakarot for a couple hours because the new DLC came out.
Okay.
Yeah. I played the game when it came out. I really liked it.
Yeah, I remember.
That's one of those games that I bought at launch and haven't even installed, haven't opened it.
I really liked it. I mean, if you're a Dragon Ball fan, it's the story of Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah, I think that's what's kept me from playing it, is that I do love Dragon Ball, but I've played a lot of Dragon Ball games.
I will say.
So I don't want to go through Z again.
They just added a new DLC. A new Power Awakens Part 1, which is Battle of Gods, kind of.
Yeah.
Not exactly, but kind of. It's you go to Beerus's world and you train with him. Makes the training in the game so much easier.
I just want a Dragon Ball game where all of the super content is there at launch. That's what I need.
Yeah, I want Dragon Ball Super game. Like, I like Super. I don't know. I get that people didn't love it. And yes, it's not as great as Z. Personally,
I think it's on par with Z, but it has some of the same problems that Z does.
Yeah. Okay, that's fair enough. But it's been fun. I haven't gotten the God mode yet. I'm still leveling up because I didn't max out my character when I beat Kakarot. I beat the game and I was like, I'm good. That was like 20 hours or something of gameplay. I played it on an easier difficulty and I beat it and I was like, that's good. I put it down because I knew that they were going to be coming out with a time machine that was going to let you like go back to the other eras, the other like story sagas.
Mm-hmm.
And I was waiting for that, and it took a while, to be honest, for it to come out. It didn't come out until very recently. So I beat the game. I didn't level up, but when I went to Beerus's world, they've got like training things where you fight Whis and he gives you like big XP boosts every time you fight him, and like you can do it as many times as you want. So it's really easy to level up, and that's kind of what I've been doing. I haven't fought Beerus yet. I've been fighting Whis exclusively to keep leveling up, but the aim is to get Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan, or not Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan, just Super Saiyan God. I don't think Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan is in the game yet.
No.
I assume they'll do it at some point, but
yeah, there was a season pass, so I'm sure there's still more stuff on the
yes.
way.
I agree. I'd like Xenoverse 3. I like the Xenoverse games.
I heard the Xenoverse games were good.
Xenoverse,
I like them.
For Xenoverse, I play a lot of Xenoverse 2 specifically, which is kind of the same as 1, but with a little bit more stuff. I like all of the single player content in that game.
Yeah, me too.
I hate all of the multiplayer content in that game.
I'm not a multiplayer fighting game person though. Like I don't play fighting games unless they're like 3D fighting games like Kakarot or Xenoverse.
Like for like 2-player versus mode, like all the characters have stats.
Yeah.
So like, why would you ever pick a child character who's just gonna have less health than someone who's like, I'm gonna pick Goku?
Yeah. Okay.
You know?
I'm gonna play as Beerus. Like, you know.
So they never really balanced that stuff out for multiplayer.
No.
And then like online is like everyone's crazy OP characters.
Yeah.
And they're like stun locking invincible moves.
It's the single player stuff that I always enjoyed because it's like you can play as like a Saiyan and like power, like you actually progress and like you unlock Super Saiyan 1 and then 2 and then 3.
That's cool. My one gripe is that I picked a Boo character. I play as a girl Boo.
I'm sorry.
And their power up is dumb and stupid because it's just a different colored version of Kid Boo.
Yeah.
To match whatever color you are, and it's so lame.
Yeah. That's kind of the problem because like in Dragon Ball those other species it's the Saiyan story, you know? So the Saiyans get all the power-ups. So you have to come up with something for those other species to get if you're going to give them those other species and they really don't.
Yeah. Like the Piccolos get the big version.
Yeah.
I think Frieza's can go gold, I think. I don't know.
That's probably it.
Humans don't get anything until you unlock potential.
It'd be nice if the Frieza race could go through all the forms that Frieza goes through.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
You know? I don't know. Stuff like that would be neat. Instead of it just being like, unless you play a Saiyan, you get one transformation and that's it. You know?
Yeah.
But anyways, really, I mean, that's all I've been playing. I've been playing a little bit of the Final Fantasy VII, the original, like I said. I've been playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Legacy of the Duelist a little bit. Like when I'm bored.
The old one or the newest one?
The newer one that just came out on PC. It's got It
has the rain stuff?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't know. I'm working my way through the original story.
Well, don't worry. All the rain stuff, because I played it on Switch, but the rain stuff is literally like 3 duels.
Yeah, that's dumb. But like, I'm excited to play like I like the anime, so I like just kind of playing through the events of it, and I like playing through like I'm excited to do 5Ds because I really liked Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds. I didn't watch really GX or any of the other ones.
GX is my favorite.
I'll watch it eventually. But yeah, that's really all I've been doing. It's been like a busy week for me on other stuff, like getting this set up and all the other podcasts. And, I had some stuff I had to do for Beyond the Screen this week. So I was not able to play that much this week, but I actually do have to ask you a question, Brendon, because you didn't tell us about a game you've been playing, but I saw you playing it today on Discord.
Oh, what, Sea of Thieves?
How's Sea of Thieves, Brendon?
You know, Sea of Thieves, it's not bad.
So when I say that I want to play Sea of Thieves, it's a bad game. But
okay, the last time you asked me to play Sea of Thieves
was like a week ago.
No, it was not.
It was like maybe 2.
More like a month ago.
No, it was not a month ago.
It's been a while ago. Hey, also remember when you said every time I said I was going to play League, you were like, no, I'm going to make you play Bloodborne. Remember how that lasted for 2 days?
Well, I thought Devin was going to do it, our other friend.
Well, you thought he was going to take your place?
Well, yeah, he actually likes the game.
Wow. Okay, then. Moving on. No, Sea of Thieves is good. I mean, the thing about that is that when the game first came out, I played it a lot. I mean, as you remember, we played that, with some of our friends. It wasn't bad, but it just, it got to the point where it's like it got kind of stale. They added a bunch of content and it got pretty fun again. And then I mainly just started playing because I was kind of bored. And, they messaged me. They're like, hey, you want to play some Sea of Thieves? I was like, all right, why not? So, yeah.
I'm just putting you on blast is all.
I know. You typically do. I thought you were going to say Valorant, but thank God you didn't.
Oh God, you have been playing Valorant too, haven't you? How's Valorant?
It's not bad.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, I'll put it like this. It's like, if you like the gameplay of CSGO, like if you're somebody who likes CSGO, and but you like the sort of the heroes aspect of Overwatch, you'll like this game. Because, it's like you have quite literally have heroes from Overwatch. I mean, not for, not move for move, but very similar with the gameplay style that is CSGO. Mm-hmm. So if you like those two games,
for it, or is it going to be
no, it's going to from what I've heard, it's going to be free to play. I mean, it's made by Riot Games, same people that make League of Legends, and that's free to play. It's just it makes all its money through microtransactions and in-game purchases.
Hey there, Schmodown fans. This is Josh the Merc Rainer, and I am here to tell you about my show, Talkin' Schmodown. Whether it's Andrew Guy getting hit with a chair, John Roca screaming, outlaw, or the emotional retirement of the Shire Wolves, I talk about it all. So you can catch me right here on Anchor and all the other major podcasting platforms. So, as I ask every episode, are you ready to talk Schmodown? I am.
Hi everyone, this is Sarah, host of Go Get That Rose podcast, a podcast that is dedicated to talking about all things Bachelor Nation. Join Jay Wade, a man in his 40s who is recently new to all things Bachelor Nation, and myself, someone who has been watching passionately for the past 3 years, as we review, share our thoughts on each episode of whatever show is currently on TV, whether that is Bachelor, Bachelorette, or Bachelor in Paradise. We might not even know everyone's name, but we have fun nonetheless. You can find us on Merc with a Movie blog feed wherever you listen to podcasts.
Hello everybody, Jay Wade
and Kaylin here
to tell you about SEN Afterlive.
It's an after-show podcast where we expand on the week of craziness on SEN Live, as well as have guests on to join in the fun.
Yep, and we get personal too. We do movie reviews, and at times we go way off the rails, which I guarantee is always Kaylin's fault.
Hey, how rude and not true. So, come join us on the Merc with a Movie blog feed, and remember to rate, share, and subscribe, and as always, enjoy.
I solemnly swear that I am up to no good. Hey guys, it's Shawn. I wanted to tell you guys about the new show I'm hosting, the Harry Potter Review Show. Every other week, I'm joined by some combination of Kaylin, Sarah, and one guest that has never read the books. We discuss one movie per episode and break down what we love about them, what we don't love about them, and the differences from the books to the movies. It's a ton of fun, and I hope you guys will tune in to check it out. Until then, mischief managed. Hey guys, Shawn here. Be sure to check out the new podcast over here at Merc with the Movie blog, Beyond the Screen. Mike, Sarah, and I every week coming together, doing our own little radio show, whatever you want to call it, talking movie news, life, TV news, anything. Whatever comes up, that's what we're going to talk about. Every week, just come check it out.
Where?
Where? On the Merc with the Movie blog feed!
Perfect!
Yay,
okay,
to listen.
Okay, so let's talk about some gaming news now, because we've got actually quite a fair bit of it. We're going to be going long on this episode, but that's okay because it's the first one. First of all, Tyler, you posted about this. Evo canceled, which is not surprising.
Yeah, no, it's a big gathering. Of course, it's going to get canceled in lieu of the whole pandemic and stuff. Kind of a shame that the year Marvel 2 comes back, it's canceled.
Yeah.
They're going to be doing an online event, which some people aren't going to be happy about because they don't like net play. But
oh yeah, no.
Gonna have to deal with that.
Yeah, I was wondering about that because it felt like that's what you should do is do an online event. But I know that like people that play fighting games, that's probably something they wouldn't. But is that what they're going to go ahead and do?
Yeah, they're gonna do an online event.
Okay. Well, that'll be interesting. I can't wait to see people get upset. So the next thing that I wrote down, Summer Game Fest announced. Jeff Keighley from the Game Awards. Jeff Keighley.
Yes, Jeff Keighley.
Yeah,
Everybody's video games.
Everybody's
Yes.
favorite man.
Very
Jeff.
punchable face, but you know,
Very
he's passionate
I
about
think
about
that's the
games.
only time I've ever heard anybody say that about Jeff Keighley, but okay.
I mean, is he wrong?
I mean, I wouldn't want to punch Jeff Keighley.
No,
in
it's
the
not
face.
him. It's his face.
No, but I mean, mocap Jeff Keighley is very creepy looking, but
Yeah. So from May to August, it's going to be a 4-month online festival, as he kind of calls it. A schedule is going to be up on a website soon. But what he said is that it's going to have a lineup with these companies. It's going to have like reveals for like it's going to have like the conferences that you would see at E3 usually. They're going to have trailer reveals. They're going to have in-game events. They're going to have digital demos. It's going to be like a big, convention that'll last 4 months, spacing out for all the different companies. And the companies involved in phase 1, as he calls it, is 2K, Activision, Bandai Namco, Bethesda, Blizzard, Bungie, CD Projekt, Digital Extremes, EA, Sony, Private Division, Riot Games, Square Enix, Steam, WB Games, and Xbox.
that's a pretty good lineup.
It is.
Yeah.
I'm curious though, for some of them, like
In-game events, I assume. Like Riot Games, maybe they'll show off. They've got games in development. They
Well, yeah, so they
Riot,
have-
Riot has a fighting game in development.
that.
They
Yeah, they
have
do.
the Echo game, and then
Oh,
Valorant's
yeah.
still in progress.
Yeah, so yeah, because what is it? Their card game Legends of Runeterra that actually just
Yeah.
officially released, because I think it came out as a beta, but now it's officially launched, and so they've actually been doing these little cinematic shorts of different things for Legends of Runeterra, which they've actually done very, very well on them. They're cool. I like them a lot. But I'm just curious for some of these, like what because I know Riot's got some stuff coming out. So okay.
I would assume that Bungie is going to have in-game events for Destiny and maybe show
Probably.
off the next DLC. I assume we're going to get an
Probably.
expansion in the fall.
Don't think they'll show anything for Halo.
Bungie doesn't do Halo
No,
anymore.
Bungie isn't doing.
Oh,
Halo.
yeah,
It's
fuck,
343. Yeah, that's
343
343. Yeah,
does Halo.
Sorry,
Yeah.
I haven't played Halo in so long.
Xbox
I know.
will probably show something from
they'll
Halo.
probably do that. I'm curious what Bethesda's gonna do.
I would assume show Starfield.
Yeah, Starfield, right? That's the
I think
next
it'll
one.
be. I think they'll
No
show
one
Starfield.
wants Starfield. Elder Scrolls
It's what's
6,
coming
man.
next,
Come on.
though. Starfield has. It is coming first. They said that
Hey,
already.
make it a
You
small
think that
thing.
maybe they'll show off some? They only published this, but they might show off some Deathloop too,
Oh,
yeah.
I'd love to see some Deathloop.
and maybe
That looks really-
I remember.
is it Tokyo Ghostwire?
Yeah.
Are they also doing Tokyo Ghostwire?
Yes, they are
Mhm.
actually.
Okay.
I remember seeing
With
this
Whiskey
trailer.
Stuff to
Tangy
show
or something.
off.
Tango Whiskey or something.
Yeah.
So maybe I feel like they've got to show something for Starfield.
They might say they
Well,
might
they've-
do what they did for Elder Scrolls 6 at E3 or whatever.
Well,
where
they
it's
did
just
that
like
for
the little.
Starfield last year.
Oh, did they? Okay.
Yeah, because that's why we know it's coming first, is because they were like, and here's a new single player RPG, and they showed like 40 seconds of like space, and that was it for Starfield. And then they were like, and even beyond that, we're planning our next game past that or something. And then they showed the the dun 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 dun, like the drum started, and that was Elder Scrolls 6. But that's why we know Starfield's coming first, is because they said so. They
Yeah,
said
'cause
it.
they did
I would really hope for some Deathloop.
I would too.
I
think
didn't
it's
play
probably-
Prey. I bought Prey. I have a problem with buying games and not playing them, but really want to see what Deathloop's about
Okay.
because I'm also
And
a
we'll-
coward.
We'll see what this is like. We'll try, and it might be fun if they're playing at a reasonable time try and record some thoughts on them. But we'll see. We'll see what happens with all of that. We'll see with these actual reveals and stuff. Because it's not going to be like E3 where these are the days where the conferences are going to happen. It sounds like they're all going to happen over the course of like 4 months.
And you said a lot of these are also going to do like in-game events and stuff. Okay.
I assume Bungie's going to do some in-game events.
They're definitely. Oh, obviously.
They might show the next DLC.
They might tease it, do some stuff there, or
Is there a chance they announce Destiny 3 for the next gen systems?
I think it's still a little too early.
Yeah,
because they've got the whole.
They just went free to play not too long ago.
Yeah. With New Light and everything. Yeah. That was in September, actually. Yeah.
Yeah. I think if they announce another game, it's just going to be called Destiny something, and it won't be a numbered name, and it'll be "This is Destiny" from here on.
Yeah, because I think it's a little too early at this point just to tell. Just because it's like they've got that extensive roadmap with all the different seasons and stuff. So I think they're still adding a lot of new like seasonal content stuff. I mean, you and I are both kind of out of the loop on that because we don't really play Destiny that much anymore, if at all. I mean, I just logged on the other day just to bank like 6 gold medals for Titans and the Guardian games just to flex on an individual. But I think it might be a little too early. I don't know.
Yeah, I assume Digital Extremes is going to show. Maybe they'll show something for Warframe, but it'll probably be in-game.
Oh, okay. I didn't know Digital Extremes.
I didn't either. But Warframe for sure.
Yeah.
They'll probably do a bunch of in-game stuff. They always have in-game stuff for Warframe.
I kind of think Blizzard's going to go in-game WoW events.
Definitely.
Because I think they're not going to... I don't think they're going to talk about Shadowlands, which is the next expansion. Because it's going on. They might talk about Diablo 4. I think that was a shut up, we're working on it announcement last year.
You guys have phones, right?
Yeah, I don't think they have anything to show for Diablo yet.
I think
that was
CD...
a shut up, it's coming.
Yeah. I think CD Projekt, that's probably going to be some Cyberpunk stuff if I have to guess.
Yeah, I figure that. Maybe a demo?
Maybe. That'd be interesting.
That'd be cool. They might talk a little bit about the next Witcher game because that's what's after Cyberpunk.
Yeah.
You know what? I wouldn't be surprised to see either from them. Well, I don't know if it'd really be CD Projekt that would talk about it. There's that Witcher animated series that's supposed to be coming out on Netflix. They might talk about that just because, I mean, it's like they're the people behind the games. But I don't know if that's like just a Netflix exclusive thing because, I mean, it's like Netflix, in December they released, the show. So I don't know if it's like a Netflix exclusive thing. As far as I've heard, I don't know if CD Projekt had anything to do with the show. I don't know.
I don't know. I feel like if you're going to announce it, you might as well. Yeah. Like they might as well be part of it. Not like in terms of actually in development and stuff, production, but just in the announcement. You're gonna, what I'm most excited about, which is going to sound weird, is WB Games. Because this year was going to be the first year they were going to do their own press conference. And most likely they were going to finally announce that Harry Potter game that leaked like 2 years ago.
Oh, yeah.
There was there was a game that leaked like two years ago, like footage from it.
I remember you telling me about that.
And it looks really cool, so I'm really excited to see an announcement about that. Square Enix, obviously, hopefully, I'm trying not to get my hopes up, but I'd like to hear a year for Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 2. I'd like to hear a year for another Kingdom Hearts game.
They'll probably talk about Bravely Default 2.
Bravely Default 2, yeah.
Maybe some in-game events for 14.
For 14, yeah. I'm holding I'm not expecting much, but I'm holding out hope for a year for the next Kingdom Hearts game and a year for the next Final Fantasy VII Remake part. I don't expect anything beyond that, but just this is the year we're aiming for, even if it's in a press release. Not even in, just like in the year 2022, here's what we have coming, and it's just like a list of titles.
Man.
Although I don't think Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 2 is coming in 2022. I think 2023 at the earliest. Is there any other studio up there that is like super exciting to see what they might announce?
I'm curious to see what's.
No, you go first.
Oh, sorry. Okay. I was gonna say I'm curious to see what Steam does. They'll probably just do like a big sale.
Yeah, I wonder because remember with the Game Awards, Keighley worked with Steam to have that like big game festival where you could play a bunch of demos for games that were
Oh
coming
yeah,
out.
I
Yeah,
remember
yeah.
I wonder
that.
if they'll do
Yeah.
that again.
They might do something similar to that, and of course when they had that, they also had a big sale going as well. So they'll probably do something like that again. Okay, cool.
2K is probably talk about Borderlands, maybe.
Maybe, I don't know.
There's
I
still
think they're
more
gonna ride
DLC
on
to come
3
out.
for a bit.
Man.
Oh, they
No,
might
there's still,
announce
there's still
okay.
DLC.
Okay, I thought you meant like another Borderlands.
No,
I was
no,
like,
no. I
was
don't
like,
think there's
I
going to be
don't-
another one, even remotely soon.
Yeah. You think they'll
Uh,
do another one in general?
I don't know if
I
they'll make
don't
another.
think so. I think
How
this
did-
is it.
How
Yeah.
did they do? I haven't even beat 3. I got close.
I
to
haven't
it,
either.
but
I'm
never
on
finished
like
it.
I'm an
I haven't,
Eden 6.
I haven't
but,
even played 3.
But I feel like this is like the final in game kind of thing.
Yeah,
Uh,
I liked what I played of it. I just got distracted.
Sony definitely talk about Ghost of Tsushima.
Ooh, I'm excited for that.
Will they? Is there a
should.
chance that Ghost of Tsushima comes out before they talk about because it's from May to August, and Ghost of Tsushima comes out in July. So if Sony has their thing in the later half of that,
Well,
Then they
didn't
just-
Ghost of Tsushima is that the push
yeah,
back date?
from June to July because
Okay.
Last of Us moved into June.
Okay.
Yeah,
Maybe. Who knows? I don't.
Spider-Man 2. Spider-Man 2.
That would be
Spider-Man
awesome.
2.
Oh,
They gotta. You know what Sony's gonna do? They're gonna show the PlayStation 5 finally because we don't know what it looks like still.
That's true. We only have a controller.
I would not be surprised.
It's just going to be the inverse of the Xbox Series X. So instead of it being a tall like box, it's just going to be super flat and wide.
It's a Switch.
It's a
It's
Switch.
literally a game sphere.
It's a game series. Yes! Spherical. All right. Is there anything else with the Summer Game Fest you guys want to hit on?
No, I don't know what Private Division is, but that's
Neither
okay.
did I. I think. They
Yeah,
were
I'm not
like-
sure. I've never heard
I
of
looked them up. I think they were like, Private Division, Take-Two, Kerbal Space Program.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
They worked on Outer Worlds. So
Okay.
they kind of they it looks like they're a team that like goes out and works with other people.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's interesting that they're included by themselves on that list.
Activision probably talk about Call of Duty.
They'll probably talk about some Call of Duty stuff. Yeah, I mean, an Activision's got a hand in everything. So
Okay. It looks like from what I'm reading, it looks like Private Division might be in charge of Kerbal Space Program going forward.
Okay. I'm also curious to see what Bandai Namco's got in store.
Yeah, they've got a bunch of stuff up their sleeves.
Yeah.
They've got that Captain Tsubasa game coming out.
Mm-hmm.
They've got Tekken with
Yeah,
anything that
Tekken.
comes out with that, and a bunch of other
What was that?
Yeah,
What was
so-
that team up game that they came out with?
Jump Force.
Yeah, Jump Force 2.
Oh, God.
That game was rough. I didn't play it, but I heard a lot of crap about it.
I looked at it and I could tell it wasn't going to be good.
I think
Maybe another
Shawn-
Kakarot DLC.
Shawn, wasn't one of our friends like super excited for that game before it came out, and then it came out and they just never got it.
Might have been Devin.
That reminds me of when I bought when the first Super Dragon Ball Super game came out, Battle of Gods or Battle of Z,
Yeah.
like a 4-player kind of like Proto Xenoverse. And me and my friends were really hyped about playing it, and then I played the beta with them, and I was like, I don't know about this, and then I never got it, and they did. Yeah, I made the right choice.
Yeah.
That's like sort of the inverse with me with Rainbow Six Siege. I played I got into the closed beta, all of the closed betas that they had for it. I played the open beta, and I bought it when it came out.
Yeah, we played a little bit of Siege.
Well, yeah, I mean,
You played a lot more than I did. But
Well, I played a lot on PS4, and then I got it on PC because it was on sale, and I just remember we played for a little bit.
The deluxe edition was just on sale on PS4 for like
Nah.
$10.
All right. The last thing I'll say about the Summer Game Fest is EA hoping they announce the Star Wars spaceship game that's coming out.
Oh yeah.
Maverick or whatever, Star Wars Project Maverick or something.
Speaking of EA and Star Wars, they just pushed out. They just pushed out the last update for Battlefront 2, and didn't they also push out the last update for Battlefield 5 as well?
Yeah, but I don't think they'll talk about Battlefield, the next one. That's next year, not this one.
No, but I'm just
It might even
throwing
be
that out there.
2022.
Maybe. Because that's normally how Battlefield does it. Because Call of Duty normally releases a game every year.
Yeah.
Battlefield, they normally take time in between games, so it's like if you look at when...
It's been kind of quick.
More recently, yeah, because it's like when
if you look at the gap between 3 and 4, I feel like they haven't had a gap like that since.
No, because right after, Hardline came out shortly. Hardline came out pretty...
Well, 3 and 4 came out really close to each other.
Yeah.
I didn't even realize that.
Yeah, because when Hardline released, that released not that long after 4, if I'm not mistaken.
It was the same engine.
Yeah, it was the same engine, and people hated Hardline, and for good reason, too, because it wasn't
I heard nothing but bad things about Hardline.
Because a lot of people, what they said, and I completely agreed with it, was they shouldn't have made it a full game. They should have just made it like an expansion or a DLC. Because if you played it, it's like the story, I heard the campaign was not very good. It felt completely different from what the Battlefield games are normally like, which is, it's big war and everything, and then you just go to a cops and robbers game. It's like, really? And I heard the story wasn't very good. There's lots of it. I played the betas for it when it came out, and it was fun. But and that was exactly what I thought when I was playing the beta was, from someone like me, I played a lot of Battlefield 3, a lot of Battlefield 4, 1, 5. I was like, this would do better as an expansion or something that you could sell off for like not $60, like maybe $20 to $30. It's a sort of like a side thing of like, hey, play like Battlefield Cops and Robbers Edition or whatever, not a full blown Battlefield franchise game. But no, I think they probably won't mention anything about the new Battlefield. That's probably going to be a little ways away. So.
The next big thing, there's an Inside Xbox next Thursday.
Okay.
Not much to talk about there now, but we'll be able to talk about it next week with whatever they show. It'll be our first look at next gen gameplay. I think overall.
God, bring back Scalebound, please.
No, never.
We're looking at frame rates of up to 120 frames a second.
God. I've never, because we were again in California all together.
We're going to mention a lot of E3 stuff.
It's just because listen. The point is that it was a room full of nerds that all play on PCs. So during the Xbox conference, when they were like
talking about Project Scarlet before they'd even mentioned what the Xbox Series X, one of our, they're going through this whole like really like serious like cinematic thing, and the one girl comes on who was working on it. She goes, "We're looking at frame rates of up to 120 frames," and one of our friends, Matt. We've known him for years. We have never heard him or seen him laugh that hard in his
and
life.
He set off the rest of us too.
Like he was crying. His face was about as red as a tomato, and he's just like literally tears streaming down his face because this woman's so dead serious. And like Shawn said, we're a bunch of nerds here with our all of our custom built PCs and whatnot. Yeah. We're like, we've been doing that for the last 4 years.
Shawn, what are you doing on this document?
What am I doing? I'm highlighting this.
Organizing.
I just keep seeing it move around. It's very distracting.
Am I moving stuff? I don't think so.
You're moving your cursor.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm moving my cursor around.
Yeah.
Okay. So next thing, Assassin's Creed Valhalla was revealed. The next Assassin's Creed game. All I'm gonna say is coming to PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, PC exclusively on the Epic Games Store and the Ubisoft Store.
It's coming out exclusively on the Epic Games Store
and Uplay. Okay, and it'll be on Uplay Plus.
So it's like completely exclusive to the Epic Games Store, not like timed, not like 6 months.
Oh, they didn't say it's specific. I assume
so they did actually reveal the name of the new person that you play as.
Oh, they did?
Yeah.
It's
Ivor.
Yeah, Ivor, yeah. So it's Eivor, Ivor. And I've also heard that name, supposedly, what they said is...
It can be male or female. Yeah, you can choose. I'm looking at it right now.
Yep.
You can choose which one to play as.
Yeah. And I heard that there's going to be a lot of focus on, like, settlements and stuff like that now, supposedly.
Yeah. All right, here.
Scandinavia, Norway, and Britain.
Yeah.
Customizable gear with beards and tattoos customizable. Raven as your animal companion as opposed to like an eagle, because of course the eyes of Odin watch over you.
Yeah. If you look at the IGN article, it says the settlement is a key feature of the game, which raises a big alarm for me just because that was a big part of Fallout 4, and Fallout 4 was a garbage fire. So I really hope they're not taking the Assassin's Creed franchise the direction.
I think it's going to be more like Assassin's Creed 2 and Brotherhood with the
yeah.
I hope so.
The villa.
Oh, I'd love that.
That'd be interesting to go back to see that.
But I'm not gonna lie. From everything I've read of this game, I'm really excited to play Assassin's Creed Odyssey again. Like, and I don't mean that like I'm gonna go back and play Assassin's Creed. I mean, this game looks like Assassin's Creed Odyssey again.
Yeah.
The cinematic trailer, 2 warring factions that you're gonna have to get in the middle of this war and fight. You know, it's granted in Odyssey you could choose your side, but now you have to play as one side.
Well, to be fair, I mean,
versus the
yes.
kingdom,
which is fine. I think that's better.
Yeah, one could also really make the argument that technically in all the Assassin's Creed games there are 2 warring factions of the Assassins versus the Templars, but not on as grand of a scale as Odyssey.
But like my point stands of that combined with like it's going to have a big focus on naval combat and naval traversal, which again was another massive thing in Odyssey, and the gods exist and the gods are blessing you and stuff, which is again a massive part of Odyssey. It's like it feels a lot like Odyssey again.
And something that you and I actually, Shawn, we were talking about the other day and we both agree on was that they should really honestly drop the Assassin's Creed bit, because these aren't.
It's really not.
The last 3 games, in my opinion, are not Assassin's Creed games. And I feel like they're throwing the Assassin's Creed tag on there just to be able to get people's attention and sell more copies, because it'll be like, oh, it's a new Assassin's Creed game. And the Assassin's Creed games have a huge fan base. So it's like the people are going to be like, oh yeah, I'm going to play it. And it's like, I mean, I haven't played all of them, but I've played a fair bit of the games. It's like I've played Unity, I've played Rogue, I've played Syndicate, I've played Revelations, which is, from what I've heard, considered to be one of the worst games, but I liked it. And I played Origins, and I liked all of the games up until I got to Origins. I started playing Origins, and I was like, this just doesn't feel like Assassin's Creed. It felt more of like it felt like an open world, just sort of like RPG game, which, I mean, technically speaking, yes, Assassin's Creed is an open world RPG game, but it felt almost, I'm trying to think of like a good comparison.
Well, it felt more like Witcher than
exactly. Yeah, that's actually, yeah, exactly. Yeah. Well, so it's like, you're going around and it's like it's like a lot of people were comparing the combat to more of like a Dark Souls style combat, which I kind of hate that phrase just in general. Just because
I wouldn't say it kind of keeps the attack buttons on the same buttons, but it's not really the same philosophy.
No. Yeah, it's not like, where you could, you can be scaling around on the rooftops like, in any of the other Assassin's Creed games, and then drop down with like, do a double assassination from a rooftop and then scale back up and keep going again. It's like, hey, go take over that, like fort. And it's like, what? No, I don't know.
I played 1, 2 Brotherhood. I played like a couple hours of 3, and then I played Black Flag. But at that point, I had my fill of the series. Yeah. After Black Flag, which is my favorite.
Yeah, and one thing that I kind of always liked about the Assassin's Creed franchise is that they use the same recipe almost all the time. It's like
it's kind of simple. It's not an 100-hour game.
Oh, exactly. It's simple, but it works and it's good and people like it. And it's like you just sort of take that sort of same formula, but you apply it to different like historical settings. So it's like, like Assassin's Creed 3 that takes place in, it's like colonial America. And it's like you have the other games going back towards like, ancient eras and stuff like that. And I think it's cool and it works and it's been good. And, it's cool going into these other areas. So it's like, with Odyssey, and that was Greek. Yeah. Origins was, Egypt, which was, they're cool, great concepts. Syndicate, you had more of like an industrial era of, Britain and whatnot. It's cool. but it feels like, to me, it's like, if you're looking at all the games, I feel like, in my eyes, I feel like I kind of view that like Syndicate was like sort of the last like real Assassin's Creed game.
And
I
I don't
that sort
mind,
of kept that same formula.
Yeah, I don't mind that they want to change things up. I think like,
Yeah,
if you want to change things up, go for it. Like, I think that's a good idea.
All the stuff surrounding like the story, they've gotten way away from like the first people and all
I just
that.
wish they wouldn't call it Assassin's Creed. Like, because I did not like Origins. I think Odyssey was not my cup of tea, but it was a much better version of what Origin.
That's what I heard, was that a lot of people, you actually included, said, because I remember you telling me when you first started playing Odyssey when it first came out, you were telling me, like, yeah, I think you'd really like it, but I just kept telling I kind of got it stuck in my head. I'm like, I did not like Origins at all. I feel like it's just going to be a rinse repeat, but a lot of people were saying that Odyssey is what Origins should have been.
Yes.
And so.
I think that, like, it's a good game.
Yeah.
I'm excited for Valhalla to build off of Odyssey and be, again, another good game, but I feel uneasy with them using the Assassin's Creed name because it again feels like they're just trying to sell copies with it.
Exactly,
They don't feel like Assassin's Creed games, which is fine. You don't need to make Assassin's Creed games for the rest of the time. The series can end. You're allowed to do that.
Oh, yeah.
Know?
Because you've almost taken the whole, like, it's like, you're an assassin, the whole stealthy element, and it's like now the last 3 games you've just sort of made it's like, it's like with Valhalla, you're freaking Viking, and it's like, and if you saw the cinematic, he's in the middle of the fray.
It looks fucking cool.
I mean, it looks cool, but you go back and look at any of the other Assassin's Creed games, and their whole purpose is to, like, blend in and stealth, use your environment, get in, assassinate, and get out, not be, okay, I'm going to take these 2 war axes and just spin around like a helicopter and kill people. Like, come on.
Don't worry, this is pre like rule set establishment of the assassins. Don't worry about it.
This is before
the last 2 were even pre Hidden Blade, I believe.
Yeah.
This
so
Ivor has one. Although he's kind of wearing it wrong. Don't worry about it.
Well, that was another thing I heard a lot of people said. They're like, no, it's like, that's not a hidden blade. I'm like, well, technically speaking, you're correct.
It's a hidden blade.
It's a hidden blade, but it's just not the typical, it's not the franchise, signature under the, underarm by the wrist, like, boom. It's just right up there.
I think it looks a lot bigger than the normal hidden blade.
I mean, it's almost like whatever the Doomslayer has on in Doom Eternal, the giant blade that comes out of his wrist there. It's similar to that,
which is fine. Yeah. And I'm excited for Valhalla again.
I mean,
cool.
I
want to wait. Excited because
I want to wait till we see some gameplay
first
before making anything. I mean, and that and this is something we were all actually messaging just a couple of days ago about was Ubisoft. They've always done a great job with the cinematics for all the games.
Yes.
They've always looked good, but then it's like, then you get into the actual game and you're like, wow, the cinematic I saw like a year ago is nothing like this. Or in the case of when Unity launched, it's like, hey, there were actual character faces in the trailer as opposed to when I started playing the game. It's just eyeballs and teeth. That's horrifying.
Unity's like, well, the game looks a lot like it did in the trailer, except...
if you had one eye closed and the other one, if you had one eye closed and the other one blindfolded, it looks identical.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna move us on from Valhalla, because we got to get through some more stuff and then wrap this up. But fucking the end of it being, we'll talk about it some more when we see some gameplay.
Oh, definitely.
I'm more excited for the mythologies of what's going on there.
Yes, I think that'll be interesting as well. So The Last of Us 2 leaked. We're not talking about story spoilers and stuff because I'm very excited to play it. So I have not.
I actually don't really know what all got leaked, but that's
I've read all of the leaks.
Game, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't. I just heard that here. Okay. I've heard bits and scraps, but I mean, obviously,
we're not talking about it because.
And that's what I was going to say. After we're done recording this, we can probably talk about it. Whatever.
Well, I just mean for me because I don't want to hear. Play the game.
Oh yeah,
I want to experience it because I very much enjoyed the first one. But what I will say is what we found out today is that it is not was not leaked from Sony or
Yeah.
Naughty Dog. The
Yeah,
person never worked for either company as it was being reported before.
Actually, it was individuals. It was more than one
individuals.
person.
Okay.
Yeah, because that was something I actually read earlier today, and that is I mentioned that to you before we started. Yeah, they said that in their words, I believe it was a post on Instagram that I saw it from IGN. They said that they caught them or they've been apprehended or whatever, but they have been confirmed not to be former or current Sony or Naughty Dog employees.
Okay. So that's good to know, because earlier it was being reported that it was disgruntled employees.
Yeah, there were a lot of rumors and stuff behind it and whatnot. A lot of people, were suspecting, and it makes sense. It's like, well, I mean, yeah, that would make sense to point the blames there, because it's like, well, hey, who else would have access to it other than employees at Sony and Naughty Dog?
And Naughty Dog has just had a bunch of stuff come out about their work environment too.
Yeah, so I've been hearing about that too, which is unfortunate, because they make some good games too, and it just sucks that that's the environment that they're stuck with. I mean, hey, they made the Uncharted series,
Yeah, it's an issue the entire gaming industry.
Without a doubt. I mean, you remember that thing we read a while ago with the Activision employees or whatever, where they had the company. I'm not sure if you heard about this, Tyler, but it was I don't remember the whole article, but there was literally this one bit of it where it was these Activision employees. I forget which Call of Duty game they were working on, but a core group of the people working on it, they had this big company party one day, and their boss or whatever was like, you can only be at this party for 20 minutes. And it's a work party. So they had some alcohol there. They're like, you can't have any alcohol. You can't have too much to eat or whatever. You could basically be there, socialize, interact for a little bit, have something to eat real quick, and then you go right back to work.
Yeah, I think it was the QA testers.
Yep, that's exactly who it was. Yeah,
because there was a whole report about the workplace environment for QA testers at Activision, where they're treated as being lesser than and treated as being almost like an entirely different ecosystem from the rest of the the rest of the company. It was Jason Schreier.
Yeah, I was gonna say, didn't your boy Jason Schreier write that?
Jason Schreier wrote that one.
And just recently left Kotaku as well.
All of them. He just left Kotaku. Yeah. Going to Bloomberg News. Well, less said about that, better.
We'll skip over that detail for now.
What I want to talk about with The Last of Us 2 is that we found out it's going to be 2 discs, 100 plus gigs, which brings up the number of PlayStation 4 releases that have 2 discs to 3, with Red Dead Redemption 2 being the first one, Final Fantasy VII Remake being the second one, Last of Us Part 2 is the third one. There are other games that have released for the PlayStation 4 with 2 discs, but those are compilation games where one game will be on one disc, second game will be on the other disc, and it's like a collection.
The Nathan Drake collection is similar to that. I think you can buy a physical copy, but the digital copy, it's like you load it up and it brings you to a menu, then you can choose between what game you want to play.
With this, Valhalla's coming out. It's coming out for PlayStation 4 as well, which again is another reason I'm not super excited. I think if it was coming out for just the PlayStation 5, I'd be more excited than I am about this.
Is it confirmed though? Because I know we've had this conversation before. Is it confirmed that Ghost of I can't speak now. Ghost of Tsushima, that is a PS4 game?
Yeah, they might release
a lot of the games that are coming in the first wave of PS5 games will also be on PS4.
I know PlayStation does that.
You can't guarantee those PS5 sales right off bat, especially now with the pandemic. And
they actually said they're making a limited run of PS5s, which is actually less than they did with the PS4 when those first came out. So it's going to be kind of it's going to be a first come first served basis, because the PS4 sales have just skyrocketed. I mean, even when it came out, they were super, super, super high. I mean, I didn't get my PS4 until probably a year or two after the PS3s or PS4s came out. So with the PS5 coming out, who knows?
I guess what I'll say about it is that, with a series like Assassin's Creed, where it's not a yearly series, I would have rather they waited. Not anymore, it's not. And it's not hopefully it's not going to go back to that. I would have rather they waited until 2021 to release it and do it as a PS5 exclusive.
I think, I agree with that.
It's a big game like that. I don't want the first game that comes out on the system to be less than it can be.
Yeah, I agree, because it would have been sort of like the groundbreaking Assassin's Creed game for next gen. And it would allow them to do more.
Yeah,
and so I agree with that. Yeah,
with games like Call of Duty, every year it doesn't matter.
No, it doesn't matter. No, I mean,
throw it out there, and next year you'll take advantage of the PlayStation 5 to the fullest or the year after that or whatever. But when it's a game where they don't release one every year anymore, I'd rather the first installment on the new console take advantage of the new console.
Yeah,
but that's
and
just
It's kind of in the same boat as like Breath of the Wild was, really.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, because I forgot that came out for the Wii U too, didn't it?
It did. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
there's the Wii U version and then the Switch version, and the Wii U version is the one you can mod. You can't mod the Switch version.
But my point that I brought it back up for is I think Valhalla is going to have 2 discs. I think anything that's releasing for the PlayStation 5 and the 4 is going to have 2 discs. So I think that list, that's why I wrote out the list, is because right now there's only 3. I think every game that comes out for the 5 and the 4 will most likely be 2 discs.
Yeah.
For the 4.
Okay.
It might be one on the 5, but who knows? Because I don't know if the 5 is going to be able to read like 4K Blu-ray discs.
I know with the 5 they said there's going to be. Yeah, I know with the 5 they have said a lot of things, that there's going to be a lot of PlayStation titles that are going to be backwards compatible. One of which I'm hoping is going to be Bloodborne, because it'll be so amazing to be able to run that game on a better console with better graphics.
Better frame rates.
Yeah, because the game, I mean, it looks good, but good lord, is it a framey mess, especially once you get into
all the blood splatting around.
Yeah, that split second after you beat a boss fight, especially if you have a co-op partner, either if you're in someone's world or whatnot, holy moly, and if they have a torch out, you might as well just, you can see polygons at that point, so, it's rough.
The next thing that Tyler, you linked to me, Nier Replicant got some more information. I don't play the Nier games. So Tyler, can you explain what this is?
Basically, they're remaking the first Nier game.
Okay.
Nier Replicant. There were 2 versions when it originally came out on PS3, titled Nier Replicant and Nier Gestalt. The US got Gestalt. Japan got Replicant. The only real difference between the 2 is that in Replicant you play as a child boy, and the girl that you kind of protect is your sister, whereas in Gestalt you play as a grown man and the girl you protect is your daughter.
Okay.
That's really the only key differences, but they're remaking it. Platinum is helping again, just like they did with Automata. It's going to be much more than a remaster, so they're probably going to have more story stuff, including content from some of the stage plays, some of the manga stuff, all that extra lore that's in there. They're going to, because the games are really janky, especially the first one. It's real janky in terms of controls, because it's sort of like an action game meets shoot 'em up, bullet hell kind of thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the game incentivizes you play through the story multiple times for different endings. This isn't really a huge spoiler, but in the original Nier, if you play through the game the first time, there are these creatures that will speak and you don't understand them, but once you play them again, you can now understand what they're saying, and it sheds a lot of new light to what's going on. But they're going to add, they're remastering all of the game, remake completely. They redid all the voice work with the same voiceover cast. So there's no new cast members, but there might be new people there, not replacing anyone. 2B and 9S's VAs are involved, so that says something.
Yeah.
I didn't beat Nier Automata because the story didn't really grab me as much as it did other people. But really interesting for Nier fans.
Yeah.
Hopefully it's a good remake when that comes out. We'll see how that goes.
I know Nier Automata was a massive hit, so hopefully...
Yeah, I know. I remember... Yeah, I remember when that came out, I was all over the place.
I bought it for me and a friend, and neither of us finished it.
Okay. And the other story, Deadly Premonition 2, it's got a release date, releasing July 10th. and they revealed some
okay.
box art and stuff. Hey, Tyler, what's Deadly Replicant? Deadly Replicant. Wow. Oh my
Wow.
god.
Yeah,
Deadly
that's-
Premonition. What is Deadly Premonition?
So,
yeah, I was gonna say, I've never heard of that. Yeah.
okay, so Deadly Premonition is a very, it's a Xbox 360 game. I think it's on PS3 as well. But basically, you play as a detective in a city, go to this Hodunk town to investigate a murder of a girl, and everyone is kind of a culprit, so you have to figure out what's going on in this town. It's kind of like
I think
it's
I
like
remember.
Twin Peaks, kind of. It's
I
very
think-
Twin Peaks like.
Okay, I think I actually remember that game. Yeah, okay. I think I'm catching on. Yeah.
So your character's name is Francis York Morgan. Fun fact: everyone in that town name corresponds with one letter of the alphabet.
Oh.
So there are 26 main characters. And it's just you drive around town, solve the case. Some monsters show up, kind of like a Silent Hill-esque, like Otherworld kind of thing.
Okay.
There's
Yeah,
like a
I'm
raincoat killer.
I'm reading on Engadget that this is going to be kind of like, I guess it feels kind of like True Detective, this second game. And I really like True Detective, so I might check this out.
This one takes place in New Orleans, I believe.
Oh wow.
Oh, okay.
That was a good setting.
And so the creator Swery65, I believe, he's making a game called The Good Life, but he's also made a game for Xbox One that never finished, titled D4, also called Dark Dreams Don't Die.
Okay.
And in the first trailer for Deadly Premonition 2, you see Francis and this other character within sort of the apartment of the main character of Dark Dreams Don't Die.
Huh.
So it seems like these are going to kind of be pushed into one since he never got finished with that one. So that's going to be interesting.
Okay.
It's coming to Nintendo.
He's Namoraing it.
Pretty much.
Exciting.
Yeah, whenever they
I'd be
mention
interested to check that out because of True Detective. If it's
Whenever
it's
they-
gotta
yeah.
feel like I'm into it.
Yeah. No, I was just gonna say, whenever they mention like all these other, like these detective games and whatnot, it always kind of gets me thinking why Rockstar never made another LA Noire game.
I would
I'm
like
pretty
another LA Noire game.
I played a little bit of the first one. I know some people that played it a lot, and it was popular. People really liked the LA Noire game. I mean, so much so. I mean, they've remastered it and stuff, which, I mean, it's cool, but that's always just been something I've been curious about. I mean, because obviously everybody knows, I mean, Rockstar's got the GTA franchise. It's their big thing. But why not?
GTA and Red Dead, but
Yeah, and Red Dead, yeah.
people want LA Noire and Bully.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been hearing a lot of stuff. Supposedly they might be making another Bully game. I know
I think
that's in the
been
works.
going for a little bit.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm surprised that they haven't. I mean, it's been a long time since the first game came out. When did the first game come out?
I think early 2000s, right?
Yeah,
Wasn't it a
yeah,
PS3 game?
May 17th, 2011.
Wait,
Initial release
Bully?
date, I think. No, LA Noire.
Oh, I thought you meant Bully. I was like,
Oh
wait,
god, no, Bully. Oh my goodness, that
Yeah,
game came out way before that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's why. I was like early 2000, 2006. All right, close enough.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, LA Noire 2011. Yeah, that's right. I really like LA Noire. I would like another one.
Yeah, it would be interesting.
If Rockstar would please, please Rockstar.
They're
I know
too
you're
busy-
making all your money out of Grand Theft Auto and Red Dead, but if you'd like to make a
They're-
game,
yeah,
at
they're,
some
yeah,
point,
I was gonna say, yeah, they're too busy squeezing everybody's wallet dry for the new GTA Online DLCs and stuff. So,
yeah. Well,
which I actually think Red Dead Online's a lot more fun. But
I like Red Dead Online. Okay, we're
Moving
gonna
on.
get close to wrapping up here. We're gonna
Yeah.
talk really quick. We're gonna be talking about
Ooh.
games that released this week, except there's only one that I could really find that I cared about, and I didn't think that any of the other ones sounded like something that Tyler or Brendon would care about either. So I just picked out John Wick Hex. Comes out for the PlayStation 4 this coming week.
yeah, that game. Yeah, I remember
think it
you
looks
showing
really
me
cool.
that. That does look pretty nifty. I'm gonna be excited to see how that works.
It's like time-based combat in that I think that's how it works from the trailer. In that every action you take costs time,
Yeah,
which I think is a really neat way
Yeah.
of doing the combat. So yeah, I'm really excited for that. I'm gonna definitely be playing that when that comes out next week.
We can talk about the other game real quick, just because.
Okay, go ahead.
Void Bastards comes out on the Switch on the 7th. It's sort of like a roguelite kind of run-based game where you go through these abandoned spaceships, but it's got a really cool art style, which is the main thing I wanted to bring up. I mean,
Oh, that thing looks
picture
cool.
here.
Yeah, that's a cool art style.
It's Devin would probably like that.
Yeah, I think so too.
But it's a really fun game. It's already out on other platforms like Steam and stuff. So if you just want to play it now, go ahead.
That looks cool.
Yeah, no, that definitely looks interesting. I might actually have to check that out. That looks pretty good. I do like that art style. It's really cool. It reminds me a little bit of Borderlands, but
a little bit, kind of cartoony art style. All right. That's our show for this week. We went longer than I expected. First episode.
Yeah, first episode.
Yes, which is fine. But yeah, so Brendon, can the people find you online?
I mean, I'm not like super active. I mean, I have social media, but it's not like I use them frequently. I mean, I do have a Twitter if you really feel inclined to see when I just republish stuff from like Reggie Fils-Aimé and stuff. If that's what you want. Yeah.
Would you like to say your Twitter?
Sure, yeah. It's Zodiac_70, all lowercase.
All right. Brendon, Tyler, where can people find you?
You can find me on Twitter at TylerRims. That's TYLER_TYLERIMS. I retweet a bunch of anime, and I simp for the Final Fantasy girls all day long.
No simping. No simping allowed.
Simping is
no simping allowed in the game, but on Twitter, it's fair game. It's a lawless land, that Twitter.
A lawless land.
You can also find me on a podcast I do called Ride or Die with me and Shawn's mutual friend Mike, where we watch and recap episodes of Kamen Rider. You can find that Twitter at Ride or Die Podcast, and you can listen to us on Anchor at anchor.fm/Rider-Die for all of our episodes. And that's it. That's it for me.
All right. You guys can follow me on Twitter at Shawn_AAK. Tyler and I do a Sweet Life of Zach and Cody recap podcast. That's Trouble at the Tipton. Is that it on Twitter?
Trouble at Tipton on Twitter.
Trouble at Tipton. It's Trouble at Tipton on Twitter. Sorry, that is Trouble at Tipton on Twitter. And then a host over here on the Merc with the Movie Blog podcast feed, Mike. Mike and I do a Power Rangers podcast called Into the Grid. That is at Go Into the Grid on Twitter. That's a bunch of fun. We are recapping Power Rangers Lightspeed Rescue right now. You guys can find this show and others on the Merc with the Movie Blog podcast feed, which can be located on Anchor, Apple, Spotify, Stitcher, Google Play, Radio Public, Breaker, and Overcast. You guys can also follow Merc with the Movie Blog on Twitter at MovieBlogMerc. Thank you guys for listening to the first episode of Game Over Screen, and we will catch you guys next time.
Game over.